unit tests. Everybody says you should have them, and they're not too hard to write as long as you only have input and output. A test can throw in some input and verify the output. But what happens when we're interacting with Apple's frameworks, which for an iOS developer is most of your code? One approach is to say an iOS app is UI code, and so it needs UI tests. But UI tests are slow, often fragile, and don't give precise feedback. By contrast, a well-written set of unit tests is fast, robust, and can guide you to any problems it detects. My book, iOS Unit Testing by Example, will show you how to write unit tests written in Swift using XCTest to test view controller. The book is in 3 parts. Part 1 lays some foundations. It shows XCTest basics and how to make isolated tests. It shows how tests can load view controllers. And it shows how to manage dependencies in our code, which make testing difficult. Part 2 is all about testing iOS specifics. How does a test tap a button or show an alert? How can we test navigation from one view controller to the next? How can we write fakes and mocks to test things like networking code? Part 3 then shows what all of these tests are for. What do they help you do? A good set of tests empowers you to change your code. Most of Part 3 demonstrates how to do refactoring in small, verified steps. Surprisingly, you can use small steps to make big changes. In one example, we safely shift a view controller from MVC to MVVM. And finally, the book concludes with an example of test-driven development, where you use unit tests to develop your code. I'm confident that iOS developers will find this book useful. Why? Because I wrote the book, and I look up things in it for my work. I'm John Reed, and I've been writing unit tests on Apple platforms since 2001. My book, iOS Unit Testing by Example, is available in bookstores now. Get a copy for yourself today.